You may proceed whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Would you please introduce yourself to the court by telling him your name?
My name is Vera Bernstein.
And did you know a gentleman by the name of Barry Schmalbach?
I did.
And how did you know him?
He was my nephew, my step-nephew. My sister is Vivian Schmalbach, and my niece is Emily Schmalbach-Scaletta.
Okay. And is there anything that you'd like to bring to the court's attention that you believe is pertinent with regards to sentencing in this particular case?
Yeah. You know, Barry was a big, beautiful light in my family's eyes and their life. You know, he was there with Emily when she was growing up. They became really good friends. And even later in life, he came back to the family. And he's just always been a very kind and generous person, almost to a fault. But Emily was getting so much closer to him again, and she had just lost her dad. She lost her grandmother, who she was close to, and now this. And it's heartbreaking to see someone you love go through this much loss. And it's just unbelievable. You never think it's going to happen in your family. But in this case, it did. And, you know, to not be able to grieve for him properly, I just think it's so unfair. He did not deserve to go this way. He'd just gotten healthy. He was trying to live his life, and he was just taken like that. And he should have been on this earth. He would have meant so much more to more people. He was kind. He was respectful. He took responsibility for, you know, his mistakes in his life. And, you know, it's a tough loss for our family and for his friends. He had a lot of very close friends. So I'm here speaking for my sister and my niece.
Thank you, ma'am.
And he's also going to miss the birth of his first niece. Maybe not his first niece, but. Thank you.
Judge of State would like to call Ms. Sherry Styer.
Do you swear or affirm testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can take a stand. You can do that.
Thank you. Hi.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
Would you please introduce yourself to the court by telling him your name?
My name is Sherry Styer.
And Ms. Styer, do you know a gentleman by the name of Barry Schmalbach?
Yes,
And how did you know him?
he was my baby brother.
And is there anything specifically that you'd like the court to take into consideration as it relates to sentencing this particular case, as it relates to your brother?
We weren't very close at the end, but I've always loved him. I always knew he was a good person. I'm sad that we're never going to be able to reunite on this earth. I look forward to seeing him. We are good. We are at peace together. I know this in my heart. I am sad that Barry was just starting to get his business going when this happened. And I miss him. I've always missed him, but I really miss him now. And I hope this is okay to say, but he does come to me in my dreams. That's how I know that he's okay and he's at peace. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lastly, Judge, the state would like to call Ms. Rosalie Falico.
All right. If you'll just raise your right hand, do you swear affirm testimony you give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can take the stand. Yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
Would you please introduce yourself to the court by telling him your name?
My name is Rosalie Falico. I am Barry Schmalbach's friend for 40 years.
And you're one of the same Rosalie Falico that testified in this case.
Yes, please.
Is there anything
Sorry.
that you'd like the court to consider as it relates to sentencing this matter?
Yes, please.
Please.
Okay, so Barry Schmalbach was not just a friend. He was a family to all of us, and we all showed up for him. He may have looked like he lived in Florida alone, but he had a whole tribe that was always by his side. Barry was a ride or die. He stayed with his people. He was loyal. He was admirable. He was a person who brought everybody together. He had friendships all over the world that lasted lifetimes. If you met him for 5 minutes, you loved him because he was genuine and very, very, very truthful and very true. He was the best person you'd ever meet. Barry's sister can't travel because she's having her first baby. And Emily wanted you to know that she just got her brother back. And Chris took that away from her. He took away the niece that he would have loved to have seen and bounced and held on to. She misses him dearly and she loves him. She's happy the justice was served, but you know, she's a baby. She's only 30. So she missed out what could have been her older years to really enjoy her family as an adult, which got taken away from her. And she's an only child. So she truly doesn't have any other siblings now. That was her family. She's blessed in many ways, but her brother is gone. And that's something that we cannot ever replace. And Barry left a mark on everybody. I think he left a mark here as well this week. People that knew him for a year or two, people that knew him for lifetimes. You know, Margaret was like a daughter to him. And I heard many stories of the love, the deep love he had for Margaret and Leon. Leon's is his family. Leon is his brother. There's the love that is in this room for him can't be matched. Can't be matched. And we would show up 110 times if we had to for him. So I just wanted you to know that he was an amazing person. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am. I have nothing further to present at this time, just mere argument.
All right.